not a very productive day out there?
Yeah, although they didn't have they guy out there, I feel like it's a start. We kind of started it last week with just getting after the Giants and stuff like that. But we just want to carry it over. It's been kind of rough all year to just get in the flow, get things going, and like I said a few weeks ago, we're getting healthy. So that was the number one thing, and then you start getting back into the flow with your whole group. With those ones and stuff. And I feel like that's what's been happening. The camaraderie in practice has been, high. So, guys are starting to respond better to guys. The task at hand, guys are responding better to it. And, we just going out there having fun again. Like I said, I feel like earlier on in the season, you didn't really see guys having fun. You didn't see, guys really entertaining the crowd. Now it's become a whole thing. We're just getting back to playing football like we know.
What did you think of the pass rush tonight with Melvin as part of it?
Man, I like Melvin. Melvin, even, before he came here, I was a big fan of Melvin. We always had conversation and always talked to each other, like my big bro. So having Melvin, adding Melvin to the bunch, it's only going to help us out in the long run, I feel. He does some special things, some things, everyone has yet to see, here with the Chiefs. And I feel like the way he's going to be utilized in the future, it's only going to be a benefit to us defensively.
Coach Reed said that teams don't always welcome a new guy mid-season, but he said that you guys really welcome Melvin this week. So, can you speak to that at all? Were you part of that group to say, "Hey, this guy can help us. Let's rally around him"?
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? Like I said before, I might have been one of the first guys to hit him up after the trade happened and told him, like, man, let's go, let's get it in. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just excited, knowing that he was that type of caliber of player, a player with his experience, just how productive he's been, since he's been in the league. And like I said, the special things that he can do, him standing up and him being able to move around are things that's beneficial to us, more than ever.
Rick, how did he teach you that spin move?
Yeah. I got my own spin move and stuff in the bag, but yeah, all knowledge is good knowledge. That's how I look at it.
I feel like there were times during the game where you lined up on the left side as opposed to the right side when he was on the right side. That's something y'all talk amongst yourself. Who's going to come from that angle, or that's a set play?
Nah, not really. Never a set play, just a feel. Sometimes they kind of give me the go ahead to figure out where I want to line up when it comes to those things. And, I just kind of go in the flow of the game. Sometimes I'll be on the right side for 4 or 5 straight plays, and I'm like, yeah, it's time for me to go on the left, stuff like that. So that's kind of where it is. Nothing in particular, no game plan, nothing like that.
Rick, you've seemed more comfortable these past few weeks. When's the last time you felt this healthy? I know football players go through bumps and bruises, but this healthy in this
last year, it was a long season last year. We went on a pretty good run, I feel, going into the playoffs and even through the playoffs. But really last year, like I said a few weeks ago, I started this season off with camp, and everything was kind of downhill. I felt like I felt pretty good coming out of my training season in the summer. And, I had a lot of high hopes and expectations for myself going into the season. But, once you get hurt, a lot of stuff goes out the window, because you got to focus on getting healthy. At first I wasn't really focused on getting healthy. I was just trying to get back, you know what I mean? Because in my head, I'm like, I got to get back. I got to accomplish my goals. I got to do all those things and be there for my team. But eventually you figure out, like, being there for your team ain't going out there half-heartedly, with nicks and bruises here and there, things that can affect your performance, things that can hurt the team. And I feel like those are things that I was doing in the early stages of camp, and eventually, I had to sit down, tell myself, the only way you're going to help this team out is getting 100% healthy, getting back in the flow and get back in the rhythm, and then you can go out there and be dominant.
Frank, as one of the leaders of the defense, obviously over the last 3 ball games, the offense has struggled. You all have been there pretty much to pick them up and been the strength of this team over the last 3. What are you seeing defensively that you all are doing that's keeping keeping the Chiefs in the ball game and securing moments?
I think we're playing with a lot of swagger. Playing with a lot of swagger right now. Getting back to that Chiefs ball, for the last 3 years, since I've even been here, we sort of take that turn mid-season defensively usually. Beginning of the season is always rocky. It's kind of, we kind of getting used to it at this point. You kind of rocky, you kind of, getting in the scheme, understanding, the new plays and different things that's been added, where different players, we started the season off with Chris at end. You know, that alone, you know, for a player like him, that's kind of, you know, your scheme is different now. You know, what you're getting on from the opposing offenses are different. So I just feel like, you know, just getting back to what we know best, and you know, Chris moving back into that 3 tech, him being dominant in there, you know, me doing what I got to do on the edge. I feel like it all just works hand in hand.
What does he feel? What does Chris feel? How does he feel about going back to the 3-10?
He feel good. I mean, you know, that's where home is for him. And I feel like, you know, when he's able, it's an automatic mismatch when, you know, those guys dare to slide just one person on them and, you know, hope for the best when they got him rushing against you know, just one guard, you know. But, you know, it opens up the game for other players as well. You know, the opposing tackle in there, you know, opens up a lot of one-on-ones for him and gives him a lot of chance to get to the quarterback as well.
You all have put together 2 consecutive wins for the first time this season. You know, if dominoes chip fall away that you are hoping for next week, you all can potentially be back in the league in the AFC West. What do you all have to do going further to make sure that both the offense and defense and special teams all play a complete ball game?
I felt like just putting the game on our back. You know, the coach is going to make the calls. The players got to play. And I feel like when as a player, when you take full advantage of every opportunity that you get, you know, things are going to fall your way. Go ahead.
Sorry.
All right, fine.
Yeah. What is the significance of winning consecutive games for the first time? How this season's gone, all the winning you've done over here over the past couple of years. How weird is it to get at this point and you finally win back-to-back games?
I mean, you know, I feel like every team is going to struggle. You know, you're not going to always just be successful in this league when every team, you know, they work hard and they build their teams. The NFL is sort of becoming like the NBA. You know, we've been like the power team, you know, this stacked team for the last few years in the NFL. And I feel like, you know, over the course of the last few years, you know, teams have actually built their teams around beating the Chiefs. So when you do that and you know, coaches, you got these head coaches and these defensive coordinators who went years of the Chiefs offense terrorizing their defense, you know, you're going to do everything in your power to, you know, try to stop that. And I feel like it's just been problems there, you know, and then it's been problems on the defensive side of the ball because, you know, we got a lot of moving parts and we've had a lot of moving pieces. We still got a lot of young guys, you know, and you know, it's just when you have all those different things going on, things aren't going to go your way all the time. You got to be ready for that, you know. But when it is time, you know, you just got to be able to buckle up and go for the ride.
One more thing. You had a guy making his first start, Jordan Love. What were your impressions of him just as a young guy without a lot of experience, and how do you think he handled himself?
Simply put, I feel like he's going to be a good quarterback in this league. You know, one of these days, unfortunately, he got, you know, one of those guys right now in front of him, you know, one of the best quarterbacks to play the game. And, you know, just eventually I feel like he's going to be a star in this league one day. You know, even us rushing, getting after him today, you know, he showed some good signs out there, avoiding a lot of sacks, you know, getting out the pocket, his scrambling ability, making throws downfield under pressure, and just doing the necessary things. I mean, you can't expect too much from a guy, you know, who's going into his first start off a team who's, you know, eager to win every down.
Frank, when you said earlier that in practice you noticed that maybe the team wasn't having a lot of fun, were you talking about the defense in specific, or were you talking about the team as a whole? What led you to say that?
I mean, I feel like the team as a whole, you know, and what really led me to decide that is just when you look at it, I mean, I'm a pretty energetic guy. And when I come out there and, you know, I've been hurt, I've been, you know, this and that, whatever, you know, it's hard to come out there with my energy level on the high, you know, because I'm thinking about a lot of other things. I'm thinking about, like, damn, if I turn the wrong way, am I going to tweak it again? Or if this happens, is this going to, you know what I mean? So it's really just getting, like I said, it was a mental battle at first for me personally. And I know a lot of guys, like, if I know I'm going through something, I know a lot of other guys are going through stuff. You know, you never know what a guy's going through when they go home, you know, away from, you know, work and away from football. So, you know, it's just, I know the mental battle part of this is a game in itself. And so, like, once you get rid of that mental battle and you begin to balance your life and to get everything in order, you're able to just play football with a clear mind and you're able to have fun again.
Last two, we'll go Steve and then Todd. Go Steve.
Frank,
What's up, Steve?
as the past couple weeks, the magnifying glass has been placed on Daniel Sorensen. As teammates, what are you guys telling him? I mean, I know I asked your X Factor earlier this week. He's sometimes caught in the wrong
I mean, just keeping his head in it. You gotta keep your head in this, man. You're not gonna always have successful downs. You can have 12 or 13 straight good plays, or you just play excellent ball, and you can have one play where something happens and it's like, boom, the whole world's against you. You know what I mean? And that's just the nature of our game. But at the end of the day, as his teammates, as his, his friends, we just got to continue to love on them and continue to just bring them up. It's a long season, man. Dan has had a wonderful career, especially these last 2 years. He's had career years here. The thing is they began to hold Dan to a higher level too. Right. When you have 90-plus tackles, you got 4 interceptions in the season and stuff like that, and you playing great football, guys are going to hold you to a higher level. I've dealt with it, basically 7 years. I've dealt with it for the last 5 years, where it's like expectations are so high, where it's like, sometimes, you go through it with yourself. Like, man, I got to make this play. I got to make every play. When it's like, nah, you just got to have fun sometimes, and let loose.
How much, you mentioned that, I mean, feeling pressure to go make plays and get healthy. How much is the fact that, people know you make a lot of money now, right? That people can look at SpoTrack and over the cap. How much pressure do you feel to kind of live up to that part now that you're in this third year of this deal?
I don't really feel pressure to live up to it as far as the money goes, because my coaches know me. They know my ability the most. My defensive coordinator and my position coach and Andy Reid, But, so I don't really feel pressure like that. Like I said, this is my third year into it. I kind of take the money out of it. I don't think about the money aspect of everything. I just go out there with a clear mind. My thing is just being hurt. I never really had to deal with injuries my whole career. I was blessed enough to not have to. I always used to think of, see it on the news or see guys out and stuff like that, and I'm sitting here feeling good, going into the next week. And, for the first time, it's like, damn, I got to miss this game. Damn, I got to miss a week of practice. I'm not out there with my guys being able to be vocal, you know what I mean? Let them know what's expected of us as a team. And, that was the hardest part. That's the expectation from my teammates of just being there, that where I was kind of disappointed in myself, because I'm like, man, I want to be there for my guys. I know how much they really look up to me, how much they really want me out there. And, that was the biggest part. And, like I said, the next few weeks, I've been getting back in that rhythm. Teams have been getting back in that rhythm, and we coming.
Thanks, Frank.